Private dinner on a yacht with all of my primos. Attending conferences worldwide, and I am the keynote. My life is a movie, like Robert De Niro in Casino. I stand on principles, like Al Pacino in Serpico. They say success is knocking, that's probably why I see it through my people. The women adore me, I'm suave, something like Rico. Nobu's tacos with a side of pico. First class on the way to Rio. Navigating the clown world with Aikido. Trying to escape the matrix like I'm Neo. My mother says I pray for you, mijo, cause I see the agenda of some people. They smile to your face, but the hate is see-through. The eyes, she says, they don't lie, Chico.
I'ma stay grinding, I'ma stay shining, I'ma have it my way. I'ma stay solid, only made me and hang around my way. I'ma stand tall, cause I had them all once upon a time, hey. I'm in and out of town, clowns finna drown, trying to catch my way.
The rules have changed, gentlemen. We have to work 5 times harder than our grandfathers. For women, they are 20 times less valuable than our grandmothers. Inflation has us working 2 jobs and creating side hustles, and to top it all off, we're not as happy as we used to be.
All right, I got to say something right from the get-go. I'm looking at our screen, right? We just got a brand new screen. Is this your Instagram or my Instagram, Pedro? Because whoever it is, we're not following our superstar guest that we have here. We have Dash the Flash. We're not, look at this. Is that yours or mine, Pedro?
That's yours.
I'm sorry. I apologize. That was my mistake.
Yeah.
I should have been following our guests, you know. But here's our super.
Yeah, bro.
I was trying to dog out Pedro. It was my mistake. I apologize. We have Dash the Flash here. So the way I met Dash, right? So we went, Miguel, my boy Stefan, and Leland. We went out to go watch some fights. One of the things that I really admire, some of the people that I admire most, are mixed martial artists. I'm gonna tell you that straight up. Ever since I was a child, I love karate. I love kung fu. That's what there was when I was young. Because I'm a lot older than you, right? Probably like 4 times your age. And
He went to school with Jesus. That's how old he is.
But I always loved martial arts. I grew up, I bet you remember this, Stephen. Kung fu better than karate. Do you remember that, Bruce Lee? So this was a big thing when we were growing up. There was a big battle. What's better, kung fu or karate? Kung fu or karate? And so at that time, when I was growing up, we didn't know what was best. Kung fu, karate, taekwondo. We didn't know about jiu-jitsu. I didn't even know about wrestling, bro. I thought wrestling was WWE. WWF, whatever it was at that time. And so when I started loving more and more martial arts, I was like, all right, these guys are like superhumans. So when I see you, brother.
Lean back a little bit.
Okay. So when I see you, brother, I think of like a superhuman. That's really what I think about. Like the stuff you guys go to, first of all, your mental mindset. Super strong. To be able to take those hits, because the way I met you is I went to a fight. What fight was it? Stefan, do you remember that? Legend?
Oh, it was Crown Fight Nights.
Was it Crown?
Crown Fight Nights too,
Okay.
yeah.
Crown Fight Nights, correct.
It was in
San Jose?
It was in South San Jose.
South San Jose?
Yeah.
Okay, so we were South San Jose. I didn't even know about these fights, right? Stefan invited me. And then he said, you were his student. And I was like, all right, cool. Let's go watch this kid fight. And then I was like, all right. So I showed up and I see like, what many people were watching you fight? 400 or 500?
I'm not sure what the number was. It was a decent amount though. Yeah.
There's 400 or 500 people, I think. And then we show up and there's, the energy's hype, right? They're there to see you. They're excited. Your family's there. And then I'm like, we take a seat and I'm watching you, right? And then, so when I'm watching you, what's your feeling right before you get out of the fights? You're standing there, I'm watching. What's your feeling when you get to that point?
I was excited. I was nervous. I was anxious, but mainly I was excited to show what I can do and to perform and to put on a show for everyone who came and to show my friends and my family and my teammates the hard work that I'd put into this. Because this is everything to me,
How much were you training for that fight? You can tell your energy was high.
I normally train. I'll do two training sessions a day, each about 2 hours. Sometimes I'll do 3, so 4 to 6 hours a day.
4 to 6 hours a day.
How many days a week?
5 to 6. Sundays I go a little bit easier, but I go to a couple of open mats, and I'll do like 2 hours of striking, 2 hours of grappling, but Saturdays I normally take off. Sometimes I'll lift, sometimes I'll go do some jiu-jitsu or some Muay Thai.
So Saturday is kind of your day off.
So Saturday is my day off. I'll let
Sunday's
my body
fun.
recover.
And Sunday's a fun day.
Yeah, Sunday's a fun day. I go in there and I just okay, sick.
Your hair wasn't fitting in the.
But yeah, that's normally what my schedule looks like. And I also hope, coach my high school wrestling team from Berkeley. Yeah.
From Berkeley. Okay.
This is your whole life. How long have you been doing it?
I started traditional martial arts when I was 8 years old at this little dojo in Oakland called Sugetsukan. They got me down this path. That's where my love started for this.
Okay.
And then in middle school, I cross-trained a little bit of karate and taekwondo. And freshman year, middle school, I really got into mixed martial arts because Steve, my sensei, my teacher, he was watching me do some spinning kicks on the bag, and he was like, "You remind me of this guy, Sean O'Malley. You should check him out on YouTube." So I check him out on YouTube, and I'm like, "This is really cool. This is like some ninja shit," because he's like spinning and doing all these cool things. So I start watching it. I start watching all kinds of fighters' highlights, everyone's highlights, And then freshman year, I start training some MMA. I joined my high school wrestling team.
I'm about to say you got into that wrestling.
Yeah,
huh?
yes,
yeah,
sir.
for sure.
Yeah. And then junior year of high school, or beginning of junior year of high school, I get recruited to the American Kickboxing Academy, also courtesy of Steven.
Nice.
Shout out to Steve.
He really got me into everything. But
What year did you get recruited into AKA?
beginning of junior year, I was like 16 and a half years old. Yeah. 16.
And you're training with Clint at AKA, correct?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Great
Shout out to
coach.
Clint as
Amazing
well.
coach.
Yeah, we've been coached by Clint before too.
Yeah.
And so you got to AKA. How old are you right now?
19.
19.
So I've been there for about 2.5 years.
2.5 years at AKA. So how was that drive as far as going to Berkeley all the way to San Jose?
It's like an hour and change. If there's no traffic, it's a really smooth 55-minute drive. If there's traffic, it'll get up to an hour 20. But I've really supportive parents. I'm really grateful for them.
So
They've
that
been taking me.
mindset, right? You're driving an hour and a half, 2 hours sometimes in traffic. The mindset, going with your parents. What are they mentally preparing you for? Because you got that support, right? Not a lot of us have that crazy support like you got.
I'm blessed. I'm blessed with that. Yeah.
Right. That's awesome. Yeah. And you can see it in your fighting, right? There's some people have the support. Like Josh. What's the guy? Thompson.
Josh Thompson. Yeah.
Josh Thompson. Not Josh Thompson. That's the punk. The other guy, the karate fighter, Steven Thompson.
Yeah,
he's got crazy
family,
support, right? He's a nice guy. You remind
Yeah.
me of that guy. And then we have all other killers. They don't have as many parents, yet they get the same result.
Yeah.
What do you think is the difference as far as being raised with like very supportive parents, or some of us that only have like one parent or sometimes parents? What's the difference in that mindset that you both get to the ring and you both perform? What do you think that is?
I think that's a very good question.
Yeah.
I think for the people, for me, this is the MMA is my hopes and my dreams. And I think for the people who don't have as much support, to some of them, it might be life or death,
Okay.
Because this is what they're like.
This is it. This is their one shot.
This is my shot, And I feel the same way about it, but it's different because I've gotten this support, so I feel like I can shoot higher. So may as well shoot as high as I can,
Correct.
But they want to get to the top of the mountain because they feel like there's nowhere else to go.
And with that, I would say that's for anyone who's thinking that way. This is my only shot. This is not your only shot. This is just your shot right now.
Yeah.
This is your shot right now.
Yeah.
Take advantage of everything.
Yeah.
Because, as we've been sure as men, because this is a men's podcast, right?
Yeah.
This is what we help. You're here because we admire your work. This is awesome, right? I have you here. And to watch a young man that's developing and hopefully in UFC and become champion and all that good stuff, we're gunning for you, right? And so, well, we're not gunning. We're hoping for it, that you get there, right? So I'm sure you will. So
yeah, I don't want to fight him. I don't know about you. I ain't touching that.
I'll fight him in UFC video game. That's about it, bro. And so, but you see this, and I'm like, all right, I hope this guy gets there, and I'm sure you will because you got the focus, right? And for young men, this is not your only shot. This is your shot right now. Because as men, we're always developing, and new opportunities come up. So if you're a young fighter and you think this is your only shot, this is not your only shot. This is your shot right now.
Yeah.
So that's why I say, okay, I'm glad you think like that. And if everyone thinks like that, like this is my only shot, you're going to get there. But this is not, in reality, this is your only shot. This is your shot right now. But take advantage of it because this is awesome. Your youth, your vitality, the way you recover, the way you move. Man, I used to be able to move like that. Not no more,
Yeah.
But I'm like looking at you like, heck yeah, that's awesome. Live your life because this is a dream.
Yeah.
And one thing
This
I
is a
noticed
dream.
about you
Yeah.
when you were fighting, you seem really calm in the ring, like very calm. Where do you think that comes from, or what's going through your head, or what keeps you composed that way?
When I train at AKA, I am training with killers. I know no one I step in there with, especially at the amateur circuit, is going to be able to compare it with the people I train with.
Yeah.
So when I'm in there, I'm like, this is just another day, And also, I'm confident in the work I put in. I'm confident in what my coaches teach me, and I'm confident in everything that's led up to it. So I feel like may as well be calm. May as well really just focus on my opponent and focus on performing. You know?
You know, when we were watching him, right? I was like, okay, look at this guy. You know, what impressed me most is remember we were sitting down and watching this guy, I was like, look, this guy's getting kicked in the shin and he's not even flinching. Like he's taking cracks.
Yeah.
Like I was telling him, dude, you don't know what a kick like that feels like. He's getting kicked hard. And this guy's not even flinching. Your face, you're getting cracked in the shins and you're just like, kicked again. Like that type of mindset is a different level.
Yeah, it's scary to be on the other side of that. Like if they're striking you,
it's disheartening. You know,
Yeah.
You put everything into one strike, and the guy's just there, just calm. You're like, well, shit, what do I do? You know?
Yeah.
But
how much of your fight game? Because obviously there's a physical aspect to it. So right now you mentioned that. How much of it do you think is mental? Like you doing that and you knowing that being stoic in that moment is disheartening to your opponent.
I don't want to rely on that, but I always remain stoic because I don't want to if I do get hurt, I'm not going to give away about the fact I'm hurt because then they're going to smell blood and they're going to come at me. But it's definitely a factor, but I'll rely more on my technique and my athleticism and my training over just the fact I can be stoic, because there's plenty of fighters who aren't necessarily capable of being stoic, but they're still winning because they train a lot. So it's definitely an important aspect, but I don't think it's the most important aspect.
Not the most important. What is the most important aspect? What is the most important?
In the fight?
Yeah.
Technique and conditioning.
Technique.
Because if you might not,
I have
like
neither.
there's plenty of fighters. Yeah.
Don't say yeah to that.
There's plenty of fighters who may lack in strength, or they may lack in speed, or they may lack in reach, but they train hard, so they have good technique and they have good cardio. And those are in my opinion, some of the only two things you need. Because if you can stay composed in your technique and your stance and your composure, then the cardio will just carry you there. You know, of course, strength and speed and explosiveness is all important, but those are accessories to the cardio and the technique.
Gotcha. Now, with that aspect, right? You keep it so simple. You say, it's technique and conditioning. But really, to you, what is being a martial artist? Because you're out there being a martial artist. To you, what does it mean to be a martial artist?
To me, it means to test myself and to be a student of the game. You know, I pay attention to my coaches. I pay attention to everything they teach, even though if it's something that might not work for me, I still pay attention to it because maybe it's something that someone will do to me in the future. So you study everything. You try to learn every technique, every possibility. So even if you don't use it, you're prepared for it. So it's being a student of the game and testing your mind and your soul and your body in this sport. Or even if you're not in the sport of it, if you're just training to be a martial artist, I think you should study the game and test yourself. Those are the two main things.
So when you study and test yourself, that's a mental game, right? So you're including the body and the mental game. What about, can you talk about conditioning and technique?
Yeah, I include that in the test yourself part.
What about the spirit?
The spirit?
Because we're talking about body, mind, now the spirit. Talk about the spirit of being a martial artist.
That comes with the testing yourself part, because you'll go through hardship. You'll have hard ass training days. You'll have weeks, maybe even months where you're like disheartened because it's been going bad, or you have an injury or something. So that will test your soul a little.
How about not having a fight for so long? Does that mess with you?
It does. I tore my ACL right after my first Muay Thai fight.
Was the last fight we saw you? Was that your first fight back in a while? Or
yeah, that was my first fight.
How many months were you off?
I was off for basically a year because I had my Muay Thai fight in 2021, and then I tore my ACL the week after, but I trained on it for 4 months. And it got worse. I tore both sides of my meniscus. So I had surgery in February and was cleared in November of 2022.
So when you're in that time, because obviously it's disheartening for you, and you were talking about your spirit and how you test yourself. When you're going through that and it's just, that's not conducive to developing your fighting, right? Let's say, and because now you got to work on healing. How do you get through that?
One of the biggest things that helped me, since I needed to do it anyways, was lifting, because the lifting rehabilitated my knee and made me stronger. And in a way, I think the injury benefited me because it showed me how important strength conditioning is. Because before I would just spar, hit mitts, spar, hit bags, but the lifting can be part of, it makes your body stronger, and it can improve your technique. Because it's more like fuel.
And that's what you did for recovery.
That's what I did for recovery. Yeah.
For recovery, I ate.
You ate. Yeah, I lifted and ate. I put on like 12 pounds of muscle, but before my knee injury, I was like 158 pounds. When I got back from my injury, I was like 170 pounds.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And what weight do you fight right now?
170. No weight
170?
cuts for amateur.
No
yeah.
weight cuts. Oh, there's no weight cuts for amateurs?
No, you don't have to. I would just prefer not to for amateur.
So what about when you go pro, like, and
when I go pro, I'll go to 55.
when do you plan on going pro?
Whenever my coaches think I'm ready.
And
So,
you're going
it's
to
up to
go
them.
at 155?
Most likely, unless I get bigger.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, you're only going to lose like what? Cut 12 pounds. That's 15 pounds. That's not
Yeah,
bad.
around 50 pounds. It's not the worst cut, but I don't want to drain myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's take it back a little bit. So you said you've been at AKA for about 2 years, right?
Yeah.
So when did you actually start and get interested in martial arts, and where did this all start from?
So when I was a kid, I always liked the martial arts movies like Kung Fu Panda, Karate Kid, or TV
better than
shows.
karate.
Yeah, my parents would show me Bruce Lee videos. My dad would show me Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali.
That's
so
what it was like Kung Fu Panda, bro.
Yeah,
My body, his spirit, bro. Forget about it.
it was. So the idea of martial arts was always in the back of my head. And then when I was in 3rd grade, I had some classmates that were going to the dojo I started at. And
Older?
No, they're the same age as
Okay.
me. They told me about it and I was interested, so I go.
Okay.
And I just fell in love with it immediately. I thought it was the
Yeah,
coolest thing in the world.
of course.
And then I was just like steep slope. I just fell right into the martial arts hole. Yeah.
Were you playing any other sports other than martial arts before that? Or
I did gymnastics when I was 5 up until about 5th grade, and I danced a little bit.
Okay.
But yeah.
Oh, dang.
kinda
Do you
gay.
think that helped you at all with your like
I
footwork?
think in my opinion, every kid should do gymnastics because it gives.
I agree.
Because if they end up wanting to do sports later in their life, gymnastics just when you do it as a kid, it just gives you a boost of athleticism. You know, you're like
quickness, flexibility,
you're more
agility.
flexible. You're more agile. You're stronger. I think it's a good thing that kids should do, and it's enjoyable too, as long as you don't find one of those weird coaches. You know.
They're trying to make you do all kinds of weird stuff.
Get those weird coaches.
Oh, you guys are going somewhere else. I was just saying weird stuff that doesn't know how to balance.
No, I
you.
know. I caught you. I caught you. Damn, that's
Yeah,
that's
you
pretty
guys are on
crazy.
another wavelength. So gymnastics you think is a foundation, which
think
I agree
every kid
with,
could do it,
right?
yeah.
Because I see a lot of gymnast kids and like superpower kids, right? Now, if you were to raise a kid, right? Like right now, I got a 5-year-old and an 8-year-old, right? If you were to raise a kid, say 5 years old and 8 years old, take it from there. What would you have them do?
Gymnastics, wrestling, and Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu too. I think they should do those 4 things because you get the discipline from the martial arts. They just become more athletic. So
If you were to
when you
practice on
start
2,
that,
because parents
focus
are
on
busy.
2.
Like if you're giving advice for parents right now, like if your kid, you want your kid to be a martial artist, 5 and 8 years old, they can't go
If
to
you
4.
want them to-
they can't go to 4
Yeah.
different practices. Taking them into what 2?
2 martial arts.
2 martial arts or gymnastics. I'm thinking probably gymnastics, of course.
If they're 5 and 8, put them in wrestling and jiu-jitsu because if you want them to be lifelong martial artists, the grappling is harder to learn. So they get that foundation and then they get the athleticism from wrestling because wrestling makes the greatest athletes in the world, in my opinion.
Who do you got? Mark Zuckerberg or Elon Musk?
Mark Zuckerberg, he's been training. He won double gold at a jiu-jitsu tournament.
Dude,
he's gonna like single leg him and choke him out. That's what I got.
I hope
Yeah.
not, bro. I hope he gets a knee raise and just cracked him.
I saw that Mark was training with Adesanya.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he posted it like yesterday, I think. Adesanya posted it.
Damn.
Yeah,
He betrayed us.
Serious.
Adesanya just went to the Matrix. He betrayed us all, bro.
You know, he's training with Mark. You know,
Who's your boy? Your boy training with Elon Musk.
bro, he's out
Bring
there.
an AKA, bro.
I don't know who he's training with.
He's not. He's eating cheeseburgers like me, bro. The same body as me, bro. He's fucked. That dude is about to die.
Yeah.
Die in front of the whole world. 6.8 billion people. How many? 8 billion people? He's about to die in front of everyone, bro.
Hey, goes down swinging.
Goes down swinging. I think it'd be fun, bro. You think that's actually gonna happen?
I wouldn't be surprised, but I feel like something's gonna fall through with legality or
Some shit like
more
that.
likely Elon will be like,
Elon's
"Yeah,
gonna get
he's
hurt.
Make some
He's 52,
excuse or
bro.
something. Yeah, he's a little old. Yeah, he might get injured trying to train.
People over 40, 49, we walk and we get injured, bro. So he's just gonna train and fuck up or something, bro.
Yeah.
You know. What about who do you got when it comes to Trump, Biden?
I do not pay attention to none of that. I'm
Bro,
not gonna
who-
lie.
He's just martial artist, bro.
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
pay
you know
attention
me.
to
I'm
none
talking
of
about Trump all day, bro.
fighting.
Oh,
Not voting,
fighting.
but fighting.
Fighting.
Oh, bro,
I don't know,
Biden,
man.
Biden will
Biden's
get
a little
lost on the
frail.
way.
He's a little
He's gonna
frail.
ride
Yeah,
his bike.
he's a little frail.
He'll get
Yeah.
lost on the way. He's chasing butterflies.
Trump's
and
kind of
shit,
big
bro.
too.
Yeah, he is
Yeah.
big. Now with the
But-
size advantage, who's another politician you think Trump could take out?
I would want to see RFK.
RFK,
Bro, he's jacked.
Are you talking
he's-
about the guy that
Yeah, he sounds like shit.
like
He sounds
this?
like shit, but he's jacked, bro.
Is he?
Have you seen him?
No,
that's
I
right.
don't.
I saw
I don't know
him do it.
no politicians, bro. I don't pay attention.
Oh,
to
he's
none of
just
that.
good on
I'm not
fire.
even registered to vote yet.
We make fun of them. We're making fun of everybody. You know, that's the
Nice.
thing. So, go ahead, bro.
Well, I was gonna ask. So I had the opportunity to speak to you before we sat down, right? And I just noticed, like, you have this energy. You're very. I have no other word to say than like you have a very humble energy, like the way you come off,
I think you're a dick.
he was about to knock you the fuck out. Where do you think that comes from?
I think it comes from being in martial arts from a young age, because you get humbled. You know, you think you're hot shit, and then you go with someone who's either bigger or better than you, and you realize your place. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I agree with that. You know, that's one of the great things. That's why, you know, I'm gonna tell you, one of the greatest things I think for forming men is martial arts. I really
can agree
believe
with
it.
that, yeah.
Mind, body, strength, understand that you're a man and you got responsibilities for the rest of your life. You know, what do you think about that part? As far as what is missing as far as a young man compared to, say, your friends. You just got out of high school a year and a half ago, 2 years?
What's that?
When'd you get out of high school? A year and a half?
About a year ago,
A year ago,
2022.
okay.
Yeah.
So you think about those. Think about those kids, right? Yeah, no, damn. So you think about those kids. Where are they at mentally compared to where are you mentally? If they actually trained in something like this and being a man, because you're training to be more of a man.
I think when I do martial arts or just training martial arts, it gives me a sense of focus that a lot of other people don't get. You know, because a lot of other young men, just young people in general, they get stuck on the wrong things. You know, stuck on the wrong shit. So when you do martial arts, if martial arts is your thing, you focus on that. But even if it's not your thing, you realize it kind of teaches you that you need to focus on what's truly important. So it gives you a sense of discipline and a sense of focus that not many other things teach.
So you talk about a lot of things: focus, discipline, the speed, the power of martial arts, your mindset. What do you think this is eventually going to do? Like for young men that say, look at the camera and say, okay, young man, you have never punched anybody in the face, never grappled, never done anything. You want to do some manly stuff, right? Because there's a lot of people out there. Let me give you an example. You know that, and this is going to be straight like mixed martial arts. You know that 99.9% of men after 30 never sprint in their life?
That's
Think
rough,
about that.
yeah.
Think about
shit.
that, brother. Yeah, 99.9%
crazy.
of men after 30 never sprint. Think about their martial arts. Think about fighting. Less of a percentage. So you think about these young men, and maybe they want a challenge. What would you say to them as far as, you know, they might not get to your level because you're going to be a pro, but getting in there and just mixing it up a little bit, challenging yourself.
You know, even if you just want to check it out, go. If you're at high school, please go wrestle.
Yeah,
Wrestling is
yeah.
amazing.
I
Go
agree.
wrestle. Even if you do other sports, if you're a football player, wrestling will make you faster, more explosive. It'll give you a better sense of weight and balance and a proper work ethic. And just wrestling is a great thing to pair with anything, because it'll teach you work ethic and it'll make you just a stronger human.
Correct.
In every way possible. But if you don't have access to that, jiu-jitsu's great, boxing's great, Muay Thai's great. It's all great. Just get in there, see what you're made of, and it will make you better in every way.
Like when you think about your training, right? What's the funnest part? Like you walk in, like I watch a lot of AKA like clips and videos with my boy DC, you know, coming in there, and he's always talking smack and joking with everyone. What's like the funnest part when you go into training? Like
Sparring. I love sparring. I love to test what I've learned. I like to see what works for me, what doesn't. I like to make things better, things that I'm not good at, anything like that. Just, I love to spar.
So when you lose a round, right? Like me and him spar all the time. He loses. I don't think you beat me a single round ever, bro.
That's a lie. That's a
when you spar, right? When you spar, right? And you lose a round, what goes through your mindset? Like, what is it? Like laugh it off, go on to the next one? Is it like I got to get better? F this guy.
I never get mad at any of my training partners because they're just they're doing what they're supposed to do.
They just beat you up. That's why.
Well, I mean, yeah, that too. But you know, they're doing what they're supposed to do,
Yeah.
and I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. So I get disappointed in myself because a lot of times I know exactly what I did wrong. And even if I'm going against someone who I know I'll lose against, someone who's way better than me, I still might not do as good as I possibly can because I miss things, I mistake things, I hesitate, things like that. So I get frustrated and disappointed with myself and tell myself, okay, next round do this, or next time you spar do this. You know, I take those things into account.
And how quick are you able to adjust those mistakes? Because, you know, a lot of men, we think that we got to be perfect, right? And I'll tell you, as a very mature man, our whole life, literally our whole life, we're messing up. mistake after mistake. Like how many mistakes do you make during one sparring match? That's how many mistakes we're gonna make in life. But what's really fantastic, and you know, mixed martial arts translate into life real quick. You make a mistake, and how quick do you got to be thinking about? Oh, that mistake! I should have pivoted this way. I should have blocked, pivot, and uppercut. But you go next.
I go to the
That's
next.
a man skill, brother.
And
Boom,
sometimes
next.
it depends on the mistake I made. Sometimes I adjust quick. Sometimes I don't adjust as quick. But I always improve. You know, there's always improvements to make, and I'll always make them.
Yeah, I agree with you. You know, that's one of the big skills. I think martial arts provides you so many different skills in life. And that's one of the biggest ones. Get over it, onto the next. Get over it, onto the next. Because so many men are hung up on their mistake that they did last week, 10 years ago. There's people that are still hanging on to mistakes that they did before you were even born. You know, men that are like 40, 50, they're thinking about stuff they did when they're 17, 18 years old. They're not even thinking about my mistakes from yesterday. Man, it's just, and that's a huge talent that you're going to be able to carry for the rest of your life. If you get that part and you understand it, brother, in all your businesses, everything you do in the future, it's going to be that quick you're able to adjust because we keep it pushing, brother.
I got an off-topic question for you. So you said you recently graduated high school about a year ago, right? Did you ever go to any high school parties, or do you ever?
I went to a few, but they weren't my kind of thing. You know, I'd go because a friend was going. I just wanted to check it out, see what it was all about. But they never really.
It wasn't your
never
thing.
piqued my interest. It was
Why?
Yeah. I don't know. I just never found them fun. It was just a bunch of kids like drinking, smoking, just fucking around. And I'm kind of
Talking bullshit.
just doing all kinds of shit. And I'm just kind of like.
Bro,
What am I doing here? You know,
I was like, I think I went to one party also. I was just like, what's the point of this?
Yeah.
What's the point of this?
Part of the reason I would go is
This guy
because
look at this
you
guy,
know
damn, he
my
lives in
friend,
parties, bro.
my friend. Sometimes
Please
my
get outta
friend
here, bro.
would.
You're not part of our crew. We're the martial artists.
Yeah, I go
You're just
lie.
the
Like
messenger,
I part as soon as I got into high school, I was like, "Where the bitch is at?" I was in baseball from like I was playing sports from
He's talking
second.
about guys.
Second, no, I was in sports from second to ninth grade. Ninth grade, I stopped going to practice to go kick it with girls and
First bowler, he was done with sports, bro.
yeah,
Right?
No, but that's why I really admire when I meet young guys who are really focused
Yeah.
like that. Like that's why I asked them, because I could tell like the way you carry yourself is very. I can tell you're young, right? I don't mean that in a bad way.
Yeah.
But you have a very
Mature spirit, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
You can
It's
tell
like
that.
very
Thank
mature
you.
in
I
your
appreciate
outlook
it.
in life.
Even the way he fights, bro. When I was watching you fight, bro, like maybe we do some little put up part of his fights, Pedro. But I'm telling you, man, these kicks, I'm telling you, that's what impressed me most. The way you focus, you were just so stoic, so focused. You were just in the zone. You were present. I think for fighters, one of the biggest things is from what I saw, right? Like I was watching people get knocked the fuck out. They weren't in the zone. People getting dropped.
Yeah.
They weren't in the zone. You were there. You were present. You were feeling the whole energy. And I can tell your energy right there was so, I could feel it, bro. I knew your opponent was like, oh shit. This guy's in the zone. Like I felt his energy, and I could just imagine your opponent just like, oh fuck, I gotta mess with this juggernaut. And then he's kicking you and kicking you and kicking you. Like you said you were turning your leg into it.
You just turn the shit in a little
Well,
bit, so it doesn't mess with my nerves.
No matter
but
what,
yeah.
it still hurts, bro.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, a little
And, but
bit,
the
yeah.
way his face is was like,
Yeah.
hands up, normal, just ready to go, just marching forward. Pedro, throw some of those leg kicks are the ones that I love, bro. There you go. Mr. Producer, don't know how to work a computer. There we go. Sacrificial. Put your hands down, son. Tell him, bro. Talk your shit. You already smashed him.
Hey, he got in the ring with me.
He got
I
in the ring.
can respect that.
Oh, yeah, we respect that.
Bro, I'm
respect
telling you, he's a
that.
humble
Look at
kid. I'll
boy- look at
talk
boy
shit for you,
Shredder.
bro. Don't worry about
Look
it.
at boy Shredder right there.
When I get to the big leagues, I'll talk my shit. But right now, I'll focus on doing what I gotta do.
You got us. We can talk your shit for you. Come on. We'll start the fight.
Honestly,
behind the scene.
a fighter that's like that don't talk shit like that, is honestly a little bit scary.
Oh,
To be
I'm telling you, I
honest,
felt
'cause it's
his
like,
energy.
yo, what does this guy know?
I felt his look,
You know what I mean?
Look at him right from the get-go. Look how he is right there. He's just like, what? Look at his face. Doesn't move. What are you looking down at right there? Because I see, the whole time I noticed you were looking down.
I'm watching his hips to see how he's moving his hips and what he's trying to do.
Okay. Because I noticed your eyesight was always down. I was like, this guy's not making no type of eye contact.
Yeah.
Hit him with quick 3 jabs. And watch these kicks. He just starts. Where's your opponent from?
He's from Uriah Faber's gym in Sacramento.
Up in, Alpha
Male, yeah.
He was a good fighter. I like the style. That
Yeah, he's
kick
got an
right
interesting
there.
style.
That
Yeah,
kick
it was
is
just
nasty.
I was just turning the shit in, and if it's bone to bone, I'm not worried about it because it doesn't hurt me.
You want to try and jump on him right there?
I caught the kick and I off balanced him a little bit, but my plan was to throw a combination after. I didn't expect him to fall, so I was kind of a little bit like, oh,
Like shocked.
he just yeah.
He caught you with that kick again. I like that movement. The slide back.
Here I caught his kick, just turned him around, get some clinch control, and throw some knees,
So
soften
you're
him
right
up a
there. You
little
know
bit.
you got him. And what are you thinking right there? I got him right here. What's your...
I was thinking whether or not I should take him down, but I figured I'm confident in my clinch work.
Did you feel stronger than him right there? Because he
Oh, yeah.
grapples, so
Oh,
when
yeah.
you feel
Yeah.
I'm stronger than you
Oh,
or
yeah.
not.
I just felt better in the clinch. Same thing there, just tie up, throw a knee.
How quickly into the fight are you aware that I got this motherfucker?
When I felt his shin connect with my shin, I kind of thought that's what he has. But also at the end of the second round, he caught me with an overhand as I was entering the clinch, and at that point I was just okay. That's what he has. Like around here.
But it was at the end of the first
It was
round?
at the end of this round.
Okay.
One of these. That one.
That one
He
right
caught
there.
me with that, and I was just like, okay, that's what he has. And now it's my time. And once I get into the second round, I start to pick up the pace a little bit.
Uh-huh.
But yeah.
And so in your corner right there, right? Is how's your coach? Is he serious? He's trying to liven you up? Is he making jokes?
He was
Every
serious.
coach is a little different, right?
He was telling me that I gotta pick it up a little bit. Yeah, that's Clint.
Yeah, shout out to Clint, man.
Yeah, shout out to Clint. Clint and Anthony Doe are my corners. Anthony Doe is a
Who's that
very
blonde
good
girl?
pro.
Tech training
Who's that blonde
408.
girl? Who's that blonde girl, bro?
I don't know, man. You can go
I
hit
was
her
checking
up.
out that blonde girl right there.
Yeah, she got some ass. Yeah, she got some ass.
A little bit.
No, you like fat girls. What are you talking about? You like fat girls. What do you
them
mean?
lips? Hey, bigger the tush, the better the push. Big girls need love too.
But he was telling me pick it up a little bit.
Okay.
Throw your jab. Set up your kicks. That's what
Look,
he was
Miguel's
saying.
over on the right with the glasses, looking all
Oh,
suave.
yeah, that's true.
White with the glasses. See on the right hand
Oh
side?
yeah,
That's
yeah,
us right
yeah.
there.
That's sick.
Steven's in the
Oh
background
yeah, I
over
see
there.
Steve. Yeah.
I'm right there probably eating something. Here we go.
So here, just keep my distance, range. He slipped a little bit.
Oh, I would have kicked him in his dick right there.
Body kick, leg kick.
Oof. That kick, bro. Every time he kicked you, I was like, oh, man. But you're like, you're not feeling it, right?
I felt it, but it wasn't anything that concerned me.
Gotcha.
Yeah. He got me in my cup a little bit, but Fairtex steel cups are where it's at. That shit protected me.
I would have
Yeah.
kicked you in your dick, too. Fuck that. No fair fight for me. No fair fight. I'm getting all the breaks I can. Oh, that's a nice one. That kick that you do forward is like a stabbing kick or a punching kick, or what is that? That kick right there, you done like 3 times straight.
The teep?
No, that's
It's-
a different kick though. For the teeth, yeah.
Yeah, it's just to show him that this is my zone, this is my range. This is where I picked it up. I threw the spinning kick.
Oh,
I
you gave him-
misjudged the range a little bit. This is what stopped the fight. I cut him open with
Yeah,
my
I saw
left
that.
hand
That
and my
was
jab.
Yup.
Ramen said, "Ooh, he got him."
Yeah,
Ramen
and then
said, "I
that's
got him,
that's
he
when I
got
started
him."
to push the pace a little bit more.
That was
and
a great
then
strike when you opened him up.
Lean back out of range.
His body little like shook. You're like, oh.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I just started.
Then I
seeing
came
blood,
in
that's
clinch.
it.
This annoyed me a little bit. I wanted to throw a knee straight up the middle to his solar plexus,
Okay.
but he ducked his head to get out the clinch, so my knee hit his head. So after the fight, his corner was tripping about it, but it was my hands that cut
Why?
him.
Why would they? Was the corner
There's
tripping?
no head knees in amateur.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I would have definitely hit him
Here
too. I'm
I
cheating.
was disappointed about the fight being stopped because I
Oh,
wanted
you
to
weren't
show
even
more.
looking when they called the fight off.
No,
You weren't even looking.
I turned around and he was calling it off, and I was like, "Come on, man!" Because also I was looking at a bunch of my teammates, and they were hyping me up. They were like, "Get his ass," you know. And then
You're about to
he
pick
stops
it
the
up
fight,
again.
and I was like, you know,
You're about to pick it up again.
Yeah.
It's fight over.
When your teammates are hyping you up like that, do you feel that energy when you're in the ring?
Oh yeah,
for
they were
sure,
like,
bro.
"That fucking left hand dash,"
For
saying all these
sure,
things,
bro.
yeah.
That's
You-
awesome.
Like
I
one of
mean,
my Coach John, Coach Callie, he's always telling me throw that left hand, so I was getting ready to throw
Is it
so-
more? Is it because I saw a couple of left hands that you threw some power and you missed? Is it more tiring when you swing and miss, or when you? I feel it's more tiring when you swing and miss.
Oh yeah, because
right?
well,
when you
because then
connect, you
your
feel
weight
good.
is more displaced and you got to bring it back. But yeah,
Yeah, because I feel Miguel, when me and him spar, he must get tired because he doesn't touch me. We're just like the Matrix over here. Whack, whack, homie.
Bro, hell no, bro.
So you got to come through and watch us get down, bro.
but yeah, that was the fight. Blood stoppage in round 2.
Yeah, I like
But
it.
yeah,
Wow.
Like it. You got some clips, Pedro? So after this fight, right? They raise your hand, and what is the celebration after? How does that feel like?
I went to my friends and my family. I said thank you to everyone. I was very excited about it. I did a little 540 kick at the end just to celebrate, but and then I went home.
Terrible.
And then ate some Thai food, went to sleep, played some video games.
Play some video games and chill.
Bro, he's simple, bro. I love his style, dude.
Simple. He's focused,
sick.
bro. They're on a mission. These young bucks are on a mission. That's exactly what you need out of these stud muffins. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Focus. On the game. Know what you got to do. Before it was so different, bro. Because when I was training, actually trained with BJ Penn when he was out here in Santa Cruz with Claudio Franco, and so I trained with him, and he was. I thought I could fight back then because I was a really good grappler, and then I'm like, yeah, I can do this MMA, this UFC thing, and then I met BJ Penn, and he was training 2 times a day, 6 days a week. And I was like, man, I gotta work. I can't do this.
Yeah.
I wish.
There's a lot of sacrifices.
I was
you
like,
gotta make.
there's a lot of sacrifice. What's your biggest sacrifice as far as when you think about your friends and then your life? What's your biggest sacrifice? But then again, it's also a big reward. But just like with the world, the way the world looks at it, what is your biggest sacrifice?
My 2 biggest sacrifices are probably
2, bro. You going for bonus money?
Yeah, I mean, like my body, because eventually the sport's gonna take its toll.
Yeah,
that happens to everyone, and I invest so much time into the sport. I can't work. I would like to
bro.
work. I would like to make money.
Yeah.
But it's a little hard when I commute to San Jose, train for 2 hours, go home, coach my wrestling team.
You ain't got to worry about your money right now, son. You're living the dream.
Yeah,
you're living the dream.
The money will
it's
come.
part of
Money
it's a
will
sacrifice.
come.
Money's gonna come. If that's one of your biggest sacrifices, dude, every man envies you right now, and they wish they lived that
I am
life.
very blessed. I am very blessed.
And what's the second sacrifice? You said
My
you have
body.
your body.
My
Okay.
body, because this is it's a taxing sport. Eventually, it's going to take its toll. I've already had one somewhat serious injury. Eventually, your body will slow down. That's why people retire.
But it's amazing.
Yeah,
Your body heals up. Like I've been injured, my knees, my wrists, my back, like all kinds of stuff, and I'm still going.
Yeah,
not
but you
nowhere.
can only
your
take
level.
so much.
Yeah, but you can only take so much.
But
But so don't be in fear of that. I'm telling you from experience.
No, I'm not afraid of it.
I'm
not afraid of it. I'm just aware that
Yeah.
there will be a time when I need to step back before it's too much. There'll be a time when I'm much older. Like 30 years from
When
now.
you
or
thought
something
when
like
you
that.
stop competing or slowing
Yeah,
down,
when there'll be a time when I have to step back and like. Reflect.
What age, if you can prophesy, what age do you think you'll probably retire
My
professionally?
ideal age to retire would be like 45. I'd like to have a
45.
long career. I'd like to have a long and virtuous career.
I got a hyperbaric chamber, bro. I literally got a hyperbaric chamber.
That's
Whenever
cool,
you need
that's
recover, I got your back.
bet.
I gotta ask,
Okay.
where'd you get those shorts from? Those shorts were pretty fly.
Boone Sport and Boone Muay Thai.
He's a fashion guy, bro.
Style.
I love. Hey,
Style.
you gotta. When you're in the gym all the time, you gotta have good looking gear.
That's true.
You gotta. Yeah.
Respect.
Yes, sir. Yeah. But Boone Sport. I like their shorts. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Shout out to Boone Sport.
So when's your next fight?
This weekend, July 15th in Stockton, 209 Beatdown. Yeah.
July 15th.
And
this
we will be there.
Saturday at Bully Beatdown. No, 209 Beatdown.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
209 Bully Beatdown. You ever watch that show? Bro, it's a killer show. So 209 Beatdown. Be there. Watch this man fight. We're going to have to interview some more fighters. We're going to blow them up right here. Because why? Because these fighters need the exposure. They need to know who they really are. These are really our example of what you want your young man. If you're raising a young man, a boy, this is what you want him to be. Like when I raise my boys, I'm like, I want them to be like these young fighters. Everyone's a little different. Every fighter's different. Everyone's got their personality. But just in general, I want there to be a mixed martial artist.
Appreciate it, yeah.
Because the focus, the mindset.
There's nothing like it.
There's nothing
There's
like it. You
nothing
eliminate
like it.
all the bullshit.
Yeah.
You're focused on your grind. You're not messing around with all these other, like I said, what's the difference between you and your friends? They're still out partying. They're in school, wasting their time in the Matrix.
I do want to shout out my friends. Most of my friends are combat sports people. So,
Nice.
that's the people I like to surround myself
Good
with.
friends.
Yeah.
And what
Those
do
are
we
good
always
guys.
say? What do we always say? You want to surround yourself with people who have the same ideals
Similar
and goals.
mindsets, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
never heard that before.
You've never this fucking guy. Yo.
Yeah.
No,
But yeah, everyone I hang out with is from my high school wrestling team, and
Nice.
there's a couple guys with us who are they're trying to do MMA too. So y'all, I'll have them on here.
Yeah,
sometime.
for sure,
Hell
for sure.
yeah.
Anybody we can help and blow up, we'll help you, because this is the thing, right? Everyone sees you just as a fighter on the weekend when you train and when you actually perform, but they don't actually know your personality and what it takes to get there.
Yeah.
People don't know how many times does this guy got to train. What's his mindset? what does he think is the best thing for martial arts? What is he doing in his off time? They really don't understand this stuff.
No, they don't.
And you know, you guys are gonna be superstars, but where are you now and where you're gonna be is gonna be a whole different world, which I'm excited about.
Yeah.
That's gonna be killer for you guys.
Yeah.
You know, I hope everyone comes out that's trained to be a professional at AKA really makes it.
Yeah,
you know,
best gym in the world.
Dude,
Best gym in the
I
world.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I think there's gonna be a whole new wave. Remember when there was Fitch, Koscheck,
It was
Kane,
just back to back to back remarkable fighters. We're gonna have that. We have
Luke,
some great up and comers right now. Yeah.
What's that fat guy's name? Khabib? I'm just kidding, Khabib, don't beat me up. But then it took like a little lull.
Yeah.
Took like
Hey,
a
but
little,
we got
here we go
Islam
again.
and Usman and
Correct.
Yeah.
And then here we go again,
Umar.
brother. Here's the wave.
And we
coming.
have a bunch of pros and like in the regional circuits and other promotions. They're making their up and comers. They're gonna be champions too.
Dude, I'm telling you. It's like one of the things is your coach, Clint,
bro, he's a G, bro. I love that. I mean, he's good at fighting, but we even have conversations afterwards, and he's sick. The way he thinks, the way he talks about stuff. He's a cool
great
guy.
dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like a solid dude. So I think that the next wave is coming, and you guys are going to be it. So here we go. Thank you so much. July 15, last shout out. You want to do anything?
Shout out your Instagram.
My Instagram is _theflashmma. Follow me. I will post any info about watching my fights in the future, tickets, stuff like that. And I want to shout out the American Kickboxing Academy, best gym in the world. I love it there. I've been doing a lot of Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu training at Pacific Ring Sports in Oakland. Amazing gym. One of the best spots for Muay Thai in the Bay. And I have also been training at this great gym called Steadfast Martial Arts in El Cerrito. So y'all check those places out. And of course, the last place I'd like to shout out is Sugetsucon. That's where I started everything. That was my base. And I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for them. So,
Watch them fight.
That's
Watch
the
them
future.
fight this Saturday. 209 beatdown.
Yes, sir.
We'll be there. We'll be there supporting you, brother. Thanks for being here. We appreciate it. Everything.
Thank you for having me. Yeah. Sick.
I'm where they murder for nothing on purpose, they bustin', but purposely we keep it G. You can't tell we from the streets, we tailored and creased, but we can still run with the beast. How they is kill a beat, get ate or you eat. The law of civilized nature. First they claim they major, then they player hate you. Me and mine eating on linguine in a Lamborghini. People be glad to meet.